Greetings and welcome to step 7 of this Create Your Own Challenge program. Now, I hope you guys like my background again. I love it. Dream work. Anyways, let's jump right into step 7. Step 7, like just remember, guys, take your time with the steps. Make sure you do it. Let's verify it. Send me the work. Let me see what you're doing if you guys need help in this. So let me share my screen as I always do to make sure that you are getting the best that you can get. All right, step 7. Now, if you remember last time, step 8 was creating the paragraph that explains it. The more you talk about, the more you explain your challenge, the more you're going to be more secure and sure of what you're doing. Okay, now step 7 is to create the rules of your challenge. And again, these things might change. You might have to go back and change some things, but it's good to have the foundation. Now, I'm going to send you guys 2 different rules of different challenges that I have created. They're very similar. It just tells people how you want them to participate. Sometimes I have them say day 1 done inside of the challenge that they're in. Sometimes I have another community that I want them to put day 1 done in. It's going to depend on you, how big your community is, how big it is, how intimate you want to be, how much you trust the people to put them in your big community right away. So all of that is very important, but you want to think about it and create the rules of your challenge, okay? The part of the rules will, how do people participate? What would have somebody be removed from the challenge? For me, if someone doesn't participate and do anything for 3 days and not sending me their homework, I send them a message. I ask them, are you doing the work? They say no, or they don't respond. They see the message, they don't respond. I just send them another message, say, hey, don't worry, we're gonna do this every month or next month. I'm gonna remove you so not bother you. Don't do it in a mean way like they're getting kicked out. Do it like, hey, out of respect for your time and your energy, I'm gonna remove you from the group, but still stay in the community because I'm gonna add you back again. Is that okay? And usually they'll be like, yeah, that's okay. I just had to have, I didn't have time. I was busy, and they might go through that whole thing. But you just kindly remove them without losing that as a customer. You're not using them as a future client. You keep them in your community. You promise that you're gonna put them back in. So they've already told you yes. So when the next month comes, you just add them, or you say, hey, I'm adding you back into the challenge because they've already agreed to do it, okay? How will you know who's doing the work? For me, they take a picture of it and they send it to me. That's why you got to, when the rules, you let them know. If you have another system, another way you want to do it, remember the challenge, what makes a challenge powerful is 2 things, the support and the accountability. That's the 2 things that you do. Everything else you did ahead of time. And if the challenge didn't matter, you were just gonna send it to them, excuse me, it's you want to make sure that you have you would just send it to them and they would just have it. But you want to have the support and accountability piece. That's very important. So that's really what your role is after the challenge is done. So you want to explain all that, how they're going to get the homework to you, how you're going to know if they did it, because you want them to get the most out of it. Human nature, people say, yeah, I did it, and they're half doing it. And then they don't get anything out of it, and then they say your program wasn't that good. Okay, so make sure you explain everything, whether it be an accountability system or a support system. Those are the 2 most important things, support and accountability. Accountability and support, because your program could be great, but if they're not doing it, if no one's being held accountable for not doing it, then they're going to say they did it and they never did. Or they're going to think that they can do it later, but I'm just get the information, do it later. And that's not the point of a challenge. The point of the challenge is to do it right then and there. So by the time they're done with the challenge, they're already where you want them to be. Not, oh, I'll get to this later. And then you never really, the follow-up is just uncomfortable because you don't know if they did it or not. You need to know. And that's why it's important to remove them so that next time they can do it. Because if you leave them in and they do the whole thing, they'll just say, I'll just do it on my own. You want them to do it with you while you're doing it so you can help them, so you can support them. All right. So that is step number 7, is creating the rules for your challenge. And I will send you, look out for it. I will send you the 2 examples that I have, one longer, one middle, average size, that explains step by step what you want them to do, how you want them to participate. All right. So if you have any questions, again, please let me know. Dan and Zinga signing out. Let's keep moving forward. Talk to you guys later.